What's going on, Midlothian? We're back at you. Just finishing up a wonderful 4th of July weekend. Rob LaFleur right in front of you. To my left, as always, internationally known, locally loved, Lobo.
What's up?
And live. What do we call this place? You just dubbed it a new name, didn't you?
The old Polka Palace.
The old Polka Palace.
No, I like the Fantasy
I
Factory.
like the Fantasy Factory,
Fantasy Factory was Rob Dyrdek. You can't steal that. It's got to be the old Polka Palace.
Why can't we steal it?
but we'll get a cease and desist.
Yeah, it's somebody else's shit. You can't steal that.
Oh, okay.
That'd be like me saying my name's John Old Polka. We can't do that.
Well, this isn't a palace. This is just kind of
It's a
a
fucking palace of Old Polka.
really.
palace
It's
of
a really
Opolka.
cool man cave
It is. It really is.
where your motorcycle fantasies come to realities.
That happens.
Why can't we call it?
A lot of people come by here just to
It's
see
the
it
old
nowadays.
Polka Palace. It's over.
Okay.
It's the old Polka Palace.
Yeah, but does that punchy enough? I mean, does it sound good?
I like it.
Welcome to the Opolka Palace. I mean,
Well, I mean,
it sounds like
the
a palace you
castle
can
of
get a
Old
polka
did
in.
not sound as good
Yeah.
as the old Polka Palace.
Chateau de Opolka. I mean,
I mean, what do you really want? I mean, geez.
How about the Fun Factory?
It's not
the Fun Factory.
It is a fun factory.
As long as the Fun Busters aren't around.
Well,
yeah,
all the work
Fun
goes-
Buster
all the
number
work
one,
goes
Fun
on in
Buster.
here and it's fun. It's fun to work? No.
No.
But the stuff that comes out here is fun.
Okay, who has a barn like this? No one. It's a palace. I have a barn. My barn's not a palace.
But this isn't a palace. I mean, it's not like you walk
It's
through a
the
red
palace
carpet
of
when you
bar-
come
it's
in.
the palace of barns.
I mean, it's a big ass shop, personal shop.
Yeah,
that, you know.
that's heated and AC and has a fully stocked bar and
Yeah.
fun stuff. So,
dude, your refrigerator costs more than my whole building. It's a palace.
well, my Snap-on guy loves me.
I know. He has your name tattooed on him. It's kind of weird.
Except he flies over when we're trying to.
He does. He lives over there in
Broadcast.
Eagle's Nest, and he likes to fly over because he knows I'm filming.
Yeah. He did that our last episode when we had Officer Chris Douglas on,
Shout out to Scott Loper. He is
the Snap-on guy.
the Snap-on guy.
Well, cool.
Yeah.
It's been a pretty interesting weekend for us. Don't know if you guys follow us on Facebook, but we got together, had a little party yesterday with what have you to celebrate Independence Day, and we did it in full Seaman City Chatter podcast fashion, and put on a pretty damn nice display of fireworks. I'd
Yeah,
say.
it was about almost 40 minutes long.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was pretty good. I mean, the setup on that took an hour just to set it up. I mean,
did.
if that tells you anything, but
I drank 3 beers while you guys were working.
I know he helped.
Yeah, it was
He
a lot.
supplied the transportation from
And the driver.
and the driver.
He did.
I can't drink and drive.
But we had a good time, just kind of relaxed and.
So
had
what
a few
was
drinks.
what ended
I'm
up
drinking
being
Sprite tonight.
yeah. So what ended up being the best one that we did? Was it the
I gotta be honest with you.
willow
The Willow.
the willow
The Willow
okay.
was nice, but the tramp stamp was pretty damn cool.
What was the one? The Commando?
The Commando.
That
The
was-
Commando was pretty hardcore.
You know what I liked about the willow is because when it exploded, it was all blue, it was all white, and then it
Right.
it kind of like a weeping willow tree. It just kind of faded down slowly. It
Yeah.
lasted a long time.
But this is something that we do every year. I mean, it's Independence Day. We know it's coming. I mean, these fireworks stands, they only open twice a year. What, New Year's and 4th of July. So we live in the county. We're allowed to shoot fireworks, and we exercise our right as Americans to do that, don't we?
Well,
Did you see all the posts?
well, that's what I was gonna say. I don't think anybody in here is more American than me. Like I'll do anything for America. I mean, I would literally do anything, and I just respect and appreciate everybody like me that's done a lot for this country, so that we have the freedom to do that. But the thing is we're celebrating literally freedom. And part of freedom is being able to use the fireworks, whatever the case would be. And I saw these posts coming up on different sites all over the place about, well, it's horrible for the doggies. It's horrible for people with disabilities, PTSD, this, that, the other thing. And, there's a part of me that feels bad for that. I had a dog. I didn't like my dog to be scared, although my dog lived. I have PTSD. I'm still here, It happens for a reason at a certain time. If this was happening and it was May 12th, then yeah, that's stupid. But to sit here and complain because people are celebrating their freedom, it, to me is just, it's just ridiculous. I mean, I don't understand it.
I agree.
Well, a lot of people are griping because the celebration continues before and after 4th of July, and there are some knuckleheads out there that like to blow up things at 2:00 in the morning.
Well, and I understand that, but let's think about it. Okay, so you knew this was 4th of July weekend. It was on an actual Sunday.
Right.
So, there's a lot of people started early because they couldn't be up. They had to work, they had to do this, they had to do that. You have to expect it's going to be a few days. Well, first off, how long did that war take for us to get independence? I mean, let's be dead serious.
I mean, when it comes on, at least the weekend at minimum.
Yeah, I mean, if some jackass goes out and shoots Thursday night, I'm going to be the first person to be pissed off, especially in the middle of the night.
Right.
But I mean, let's just get real. You just don't want people shooting fireworks, period. That's what your complaint is.
You're a Debbie Downer, period.
They didn't complain about when you do it. They complain that you do it, period.
Yeah.
They don't give a shit if it's that exact day.
Right.
And to me, that's ridiculous. Part of freedom is, look, you have the freedom to complain and bitch and act like a Karen. I have the freedom to shoot fireworks. This is the first time I've ever shot fireworks in my life. I had a great time. It was phenomenal.
it was fun.
I mean, of course, we kind of went overboard.
Well,
but,
yeah.
But the thing is like, it was fun. And what are we there for? We're celebrating freedom. And it wasn't we were just getting drunk shooting off fireworks because it's a Tuesday.
Yeah, and it wasn't like we were taking, a 500 roll of firecrackers and throwing it underneath the neighbor's window.
No, we were in the
No,
county.
We did that today. I know you did, actually.
My kid comes in with these.
Okay, I haven't heard this one yet, so this is an exclusive.
So my kid comes in with these firecrackers, okay?
Right.
But they're called the Bermuda Triangle. And it looks like those little triangles that you used to fold up as a kid and play
Football, yeah.
play football at the lunchroom table. It's about that size. I mean, it's about barely even a 1-inch triangle.
And it was
It has this
thin.
major honking fuse coming out of it. But it's about as thick as I don't know,
About
as
a poker chip.
his poker chip.
Right.
So I'm looking at this. I said, "This can't be much." So I walked over there to the middle of the shop, pulled out the old blowtorch and blew one up.
In here?
Oh yeah, yeah. My Lobo and I were going, huh? Talking to each other and didn't know what we were saying.
I mean, because the echo in here, everything's louder.
It was freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Well, it was pretty loud outside, too.
So then we blew up one outside, and it did sound like a gunshot.
And it was funny, too, because one guy with PTSD went screaming by, and a dog was running the other direction.
The dog was walking backwards.
Yes.
And this blonde-headed lady with
And-
this bobbed haircut was screaming at us.
Yeah, well, the dog
Slammed
literally
on her brakes and
the
rode the
dog
street.
literally was crying. I mean, he was crying. It's all your fault.
Sorry, Karen.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, Karen.
So,
But I guess the point is that, man, it's just, why do people just bitch about everything, especially when it's something that and my thing is that, and we talked about this, it's coming.
But people like to bitch. The thing about people is you can give them 99 great things, and the one bad thing is going to be the thing they focus on, and they complain.
Yeah, it's like
because happiness happens inside of you, and what you think about and how you approach life is how your life is going to be. These people are not happy people. They have to find a reason to complain about something.
Yeah.
And I have no sympathy for it. You have a great life. What are you worried about this for?
It's like what do they call it? The law, 2 and 10. Do something good for somebody, and they're going to tell 2 people.
yeah.
Screw something up for somebody, and they're going to tell 10 people.
Right.
Oh, at least
Right.
probably more than
Yeah.
that even.
Yeah. So it's just a case, we're always worried about what other people think. So,
Well, and the thing is, you're entitled to your opinion, and I think it's great. But to tell people you can't celebrate because my puppy doesn't like it is asinine.
some of these people complaining about it. One, they don't have a dog.
No.
They don't have a problem with PTSD. They don't know anybody with autism.
No, it's trendy right now.
It's just
to be
they
the
have no dog in the fight.
It's trendy to be the overcaring person.
Yeah.
Oh my God, these people aren't putting their baskets away at the Aldi. How will we ever live?
Is Aldi open yet?
I don't know, but
Okay.
I see it on there, and I'm like, who cares? I mean, literally, who cares? From what my understanding is, you got to actually pay to use a basket at the Aldi anyway.
Yeah, quarter.
So if some jackass leaves it out there, you just saved a quarter. What are you mad about? Be happy.
Yeah.
But you get the quarter back when you return it.
Yeah, but since they did, and that's their quarter.
They
but now
get
you
a
go
free
spend
now. They can go do it and get the quarter.
Right. You make a quarter. I mean, that's pretty good.
Just bird dog the Aldi parking lot, man.
And it's so disrespectful.
No, that's
Well,
why my
don't
kids
people-
hang out at Aldi.
Yeah,
Don't
they're
people
bird
work
dog
it-
in the damn cart.
Don't people at the grocery stores go out and get the baskets? I see them do it.
Yeah.
They go out and
It's
they,
their
get,
job.
they got that long thing and the little motorized
Yep.
thing. And I mean, so what?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's shitty. I mean, put it back where it goes if you can. But to sit there and worry about it all day shows me what you do with your life.
Right.
Because I mean, I got way bigger things to worry about than that.
There's this internet site, this video. This guy drives around different WalMarts and shames people on video for not putting their carts up. Boy, some people get really militant.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, it's funny that he's doing it, but at the same time, it's like, get over it. I mean, just get over it.
So
A couple things. What else do we
ahead.
have? Some exciting things this week. What was the deal with the tree trunk or the
telephone pole.
telephone pole? Yeah, that's what it was.
Well, apparently it fell over in someone's backyard, and they were griping because the city won't take care of it. Well, for one, it's not the city's problem. You know, they didn't do it, and they don't own the pole. It was Encore.
yeah.
So I did go out today for a comment from the local neighbor, and it has been moved. So we missed a photo op there.
We missed.
Well,
we,
but
we were
that's
gonna
what
go
that's
out
what
there.
people. It's just like stoplights. Well, why doesn't the city put a stoplight? Well, they can't. TxDOT has to put a stoplight. You know, before you get online and start complaining and coming up with all this stuff, do a little research first. Mm-hmm. You know, the biggest one for me is probably the stoplights, because it's like, sorry, bro, nothing you can do about it. Unfortunately, what's going to have to happen at that dangerous intersection is there's going to have to be enough wrecks to where TxDOT goes, man, we probably should put a light there. And then that's what you can do. The city can't even put up a stop sign. They can't do any of that. That's not their responsibility. That's what TxDOT does. You know, one of the things that hit me, total side note the other day, started listening to a guy talk about our city council and how they're a bunch of overpaid, this, that, the other thing people. And a lot of people don't realize that our city council doesn't get paid. It's a volunteer position.
I think they make
get,
like $40 a.
They get like $75, I think it is, per meeting that they do.
Right.
And they get their catered dinner, which, you know, that's probably trash to begin with. Oh, here's your Taco Bell, whatever.
Again, they're not quitting their
This guy
jobs.
told me, nope. He knew for a fact they made $150,000 a year each.
Really?
And he knew this for a fact.
Well, we got a few city councilmen that are our friends that would probably
Really good
Would
love
love
that
to
salary,
have that,
wouldn't
but
they?
shit, we'd all be city councilmen if we could do
Yeah,
that.
absolutely.
Make a couple meetings a month and we make 150 grand just extra on the side.
Yeah, we're running.
Yeah.
I'm gonna announce my
I'm
candidacy
not going to
tomorrow.
run. I'm going to limp real fast, but
Right.
running is
For 150 grand a year, yeah. Where do I sign up?
So what was the story? Another poster found some eggs in their front flower bed. Is that-
I
was that
saw
you
those
that-
and I was
yeah.
like, they're definitely not poached. She wanted to know what kind of eggs they were.
Why?
Well, I don't know, but they have holes in them.
They're eggs,
They're
period.
probably not eggs anymore.
Well, they were chicken eggs.
Well, maybe.
I saw the post.
Well, but
Honestly, it looks like
they're not
eggs that were
poached.
bought at the grocery store that a kid was
They
throwing out
weren't
their
fried or
windows.
poached. I know that because I've eaten fried and I've eaten poached and scrambled. They might be scrambled in there.
They weren't hard boiled because they had a crack in them.
Well, yeah, I mean,
You could see the yolk.
it's a really bad dad yolk.
You know,
You and your dad yolk.
we've been talking about this whole dad joke thing. It's actually one of the, I mean, it's an extremely popular thing going on right now. If you really pay attention to social media, even our community, I mean, everybody's posting these dad jokes. I mean, so
Yeah, it's out of control. Hey, you know what? I've been having an issue lately. I thought the dryer was shrinking my clothes. It really did.
did you?
Yeah, it turned out it's the refrigerator.
Oh, we just lost four subscribers.
Full of dad jokes.
That wasn't even a dad joke. That was just a bad joke.
There's bad jokes and there's dad jokes.
Is there a difference?
Yes, dad jokes are awesome. Bad jokes, no.
No.
So, John, did you get that T-shirt when you bought the monkey?
No, I had to actually go out and find the t-shirt.
Can you show our viewers your T-shirt?
Okay, let's see if I can do
This
this.
is an important thing in your life. We need to show.
It's the monkey bike.
And then it's got the little monkey logo on the back. That's the ice machine.
Oh, ice machine.
Yeah.
Some jackass got all that ice out of there. Now it's got.
I'll tell you what was very cool yesterday. So we, like I said, we had this get together. We were telling you where we popped the fireworks. Well, one thing that was a real popular commodity in our town yesterday was
I
ice.
don't want to talk about it. It was an hour of looking and not
So
finding
Lobo,
ice.
you go. He's out there, ready to come hang out, celebrate our 4th of July at our gathering that we had, and the whole city was out of ice. Well,
No, every city was out of ice.
okay, so you even left
I went to
Midlothian.
Villa. I went to Red Oak. Whatever. There was no ice.
an hour journey.
Hour journey. Stand in line to get up there to find out we have no ice.
And then we realized
That the only smart guy we know.
the smartest guy we know, John
his own
Opoka, has
ice
his
maker.
own ice machine.
500-pound ice bin right over there in the
And was
corner.
offended that I didn't ask him for ice instead of just going to find ice.
You know, I told you.
I got lectured afterwards.
Yeah, why
Next
didn't-
time, come to my shop.
You know I have 3 of everything.
I give you a code. No, I won't go in your shop without you being here. Why?
It's a thing with
You're my bro.
I know, but it's a thing with me, man.
I'd go to your house and get ice if you needed me to.
Well, I don't think I would ever come in here.
Well, if you needed
Without-
me, well, no, if you
but-
needed me to come in here for something, like say you needed something and I had to come and get it, yes, I would do that.
Okay, well, it's the same thing.
No,
Hey,
it's not the same
Say,
company.
bro, you need
Hey,
ice.
I really want some ice.
You need ice. I'm at the lake. Why don't you go get some ice? No, I'm not going to show up because you're not there.
well, the coat.
Why do you have to talk like this when
I
you
don't
talk
know,
about
because
me?
I feel because you do the pick things up.
Because I
and stuff.
leave things up and put them down.
We've got shirts coming. We've already we're kind of designing this right now. We're gonna have,
Let's introduce our next guest.
who's our next guest?
Lobo's alter ego,
Oh,
Arnold.
Oh, I'm not Arnold. Arnold is my cousin. I'm back home in Austria.
What's your name?
My name would be Hans, maybe Franz.
Hans and Franz.
Hans Ulrichson's son.
Okay.
Son. You know, they always have the extra son afterwards. Hans Ulrichson's son.
Okay, so
Okay.
what do you do for a living?
I lift things up and put them down.
That's all.
And then I lift them up again and put them
Down.
down.
It's a vicious cycle, huh? Man, I'm gonna tell you one thing. If I take one more picture with you next to you, actually from now on, I'm going on the outside. John's going in the middle.
It's not going to make a difference.
I usually go in the middle because I'm the smaller guy. So you're a lot taller than I am, and you're a lot larger than I am.
Just call me fat.
I did not call you fat. But the
did.
point was,
I'm husky. Okay, I'm
hey,
not fat.
so I get next to you and I
You're
take these
thick as a
pictures,
Snicker.
and I guarantee it's been like a half a dozen times now. Every time I'll throw up a picture and I'm standing right next to you during the picture, there's always that comment, man, that guy's biceps are bigger than you are, Rob. And I'm like,
Well, he's not talking about me.
no, they're talking about Lobo.
Yeah, they look like Mack trucks.
I don't
Two
even-
Mack trucks on a stump.
I promise you, I do no arm exercises whatsoever.
You don't.
I never have.
It's just they get big because you pick things up and put them
You
down.
lift heavy things, they get bigger and bigger and bigger.
So what do you got coming up?
I got nothing.
No? You did the deal in Atlanta.
Did a
Everything's just
deal in
gonna-
Atlanta. They pinned me for another show for HBO as a recurring. I did not get that.
Are you sure you didn't get it, or they just haven't started production yet?
It's a good question, but I'm going to assume the worst and hope for the best.
Should we call your manager? Let's take him to lunch.
No, I've already talked to him. He's already working on some other things. There's some things that are very promising towards the end of the year. One of them actually here in Dallas, which would be great.
Are they going to film in Texas again?
Yeah, just for what it is. Part of it will be here, part of it will be somewhere else. And depending on what my part is, me whether I leave and stay, whether I
Right.
work here and the other place. Sometimes they like to just use you here for something, and then they go somewhere else for something else. But
Do you need a chauffeur?
I always need a chauffeur.
So
No, the chauffeur here will, I'm Turtle. I show up on time.
I don't know. That last truck, the truck before this one, it was so old and worn out.
But is
It
the
had
entertainment
8,000
industry?
miles on it.
Yeah.
I can't ride in a car with 8,000 miles.
Okay.
So, but is the entertainment industry starting to come back? I mean,
Entertainment
finally.
industry is starting to come back. We've got a lot of good things happening right now. Atlanta is booming. Believe it or not, New Orleans is going strong. Not sure so much about LA. I'm not hearing a lot about LA. Hawaii's gotten real big all of a sudden. But your normal markets that do a lot of movies right now are kind of struggling. Like New Mexico's struggling because of the COVID. They cannot get over the fact that no one's going to die from the COVID anymore, or shouldn't die from the COVID, whatever. And they're overboard. But New Mexico is way down, and a lot of the littler states that had great film incentives, they're just not operating right now. So,
And Texas is one of those, right? I mean, you were telling me
well,
something
Texas
about
has
the taxes.
Texas does not have good film incentives right now. They used to. What was the lady governor? What was her name?
Ann Richards.
Ann Richards. Ann Richards wanted to do movies, and she actually went out to all of the different, California, and to all these studios and said, look, we want your business in Texas. We'll do whatever we need to do. They came up with a number. It got voted on. We had great film incentives. This was back when you were doing RoboCop and Walker Texas Ranger and all these different things. And now, because people are so upset about the Californians moving in and, Californiaing your Texas and this and that and the other thing, they do not want to give film incentives because it's like an anti-California thing.
Right.
So they keep voting it down, and then at the same time, they combined all of your video game money with movies. So it all went into one pot, and the video game guys, I mean, they're going constant because the kids are playing so many video games that they chew up all the money before the movies can really get in there. So that's going to need to... It's going to need a revamp at some point, but right now the whole thing is don't California my Texas, so we're not going to give these rich California guys our Texas money. And what they don't realize is that when we give that tax incentive for them to film here, we make it back on the taxes for everything else. You have transportation, you have lodging, you have restaurants, you have entertainment, you have things that you're here for 45 days shooting this movie. We're spending that money back into the community.
Oh, absolutely.
And so it offsets, but they don't do the math to figure that out.
Now, they've shot a couple movies I know in Waxahachie specifically in the past. When I had my eyeglass store in Waxahachie, a guy came in and he had some old frames and he says, I've got to have anti-reflective lenses put on these because of the camera.
Right.
And he explained that it was, he was the prop guy or it was a movie prop that somebody would be wearing. And we were like, oh, great, cool. This is, here, we'll just do it for you. And he whips, and we're like, that'll be $20. Here's $100. And I was like, well, it's only $20. No, we're here to spend money in your town.
No,
that's what he told me.
A lot of things actually was shot in Waxahachie. A lot of Walker was shot in Waxahachie. I actually did a movie one time that was shot in Waxahachie.
Were you shot in Waxahachie?
I was not shot in Waxahachie. I was actually eaten by werewolf strippers. And we are not talking about that movie.
Oh, that's the one you didn't. You said the other night.
Silence.
No, I don't know the movie. You didn't even mention it actually.
It's one of those that I don't really. I don't let people know I was in it. And it was bad because Sean Patrick Flannery was in the movie with me, in the scenes with me, and I love Sean Patrick Flannery, but I am not telling anybody about that movie because I don't need anybody.
Werewolf strippers, though.
Yeah.
I'll find it.
You will not find it.
I will.
Sworn to secrecy as well.
Well, it doesn't
He'll
mean
find
that.
it, but he'll keep
find
it.
it. But I mean, things go on all the time. Like they've filmed a couple movies here in Midlothian, and a lot of people don't know that. Or one recently, actually, out at the Boy Scouts out here.
Hobblies.
Camp Hobsville.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And it was a religious film, so it's probably a pretty low budget thing, and probably something most people won't ever watch. But it's action still. To me, the lower budget things and different things like that, they really don't mean a lot to me because it's not my level I'm at. But hey, any film is good film.
Right.
So there was a thing you sent me about a guy, and oh my God, he's such a big star. Well, he's really not, but good for him. Go do your thing. If he gets a write-up, that's great. Get a write-up.
Yeah.
That's great. So, to
Well,
me,
I think
to me,
it's-
as long as we're making something to watch, then that's good. Because you got to remember, we were all locked down for a year. We've seen everything. I remember that old commercial where the guy was on the computer and said, "You've reached the end of the internet. Go back and start again."
Right.
That's what we've done with movies.
We have.
I have reached the end of Netflix and started back over.
Well, I mean, you had Netflix, Hulu,
Yeah.
HBO Max. I have them all.
HBO Max. What is it? Not Stars, but one of those. I mean, we're out of stuff to watch. I mean, there's nothing, and nothing exciting to watch. And the thing I've always had a hard time with is I hate reality TV. I've done reality TV before, a couple of shows that we also won't talk about, but when people are watching reality TV, that means I have no opportunity to work. If they can get by with giving you a game show, and they can get by with giving you a reality show, and they can get by with giving you a talk show. All those hours that are being watched are shows that aren't being made that I can make money in. So I have a hard time with those shows because
Okay, but say maybe we get our own reality show.
Well, plus
There's no
reality
money in
shows
reality
are cheap.
shows.
They're cheap. They don't cost
Nothing?
money
Then why are the Kardashians doing it?
because it doesn't cost
because
any
they're
money.
narcissists.
They got to get paid money. I
They
mean,
get paid a
they're
small
rich.
amount of money. They do not make that much money off that.
So
They
they're
make
getting all the money
make
off
money.
the endorsements.
endorsements.
Well,
things
there you
like
go.
that.
You can get some revenue off of
Well, I
that.
didn't get into this business to be a reality star. I got into it to be a movie star.
Right.
So to me, I mean, I've turned down reality shows before. I mean, you know, Richard's a good friend of mine.
Yeah.
And, you know, he called me while I was actually on set. And I called my agent and I said, man, I can do this show. And she says, well, do you want to be a reality show? Or do you want to be a TV actor? What do you want to be? I don't want to be a reality show.
Right.
I am a reality show. I don't need to do that. And if there's not going to be any real money in it, then what's the point?
Right.
So,
It's an art, you know, and it's you.
well, what I do takes a certain amount of skill level. Like I didn't just go out one day and just boom, I'm a great actor. I mean, there's work that you do to make, and I'm still not a great actor, by the way, but there's work you do to make you capable of doing the job. I keep hitting that phone thing. I told you, but you know,
Because you talk with your hands.
I'm Italian in my mind.
Well, I guess my point was reality TV is not you doing your art.
Well, first off, reality TV is not reality. That's what people
Now,
don't
acting in a
realize.
movie is you
Yes.
carrying out your art, you know.
Yes, it's me actually making the character work.
Right.
Reality TV, by the way, is not reality TV. It is all scripted. They tell you exactly what they want you to do on a reality TV show. There is a script that we go along, and they say, look, you can ad-lib, but you have to say these key points because this is what we're making the story about.
Right.
When you see the guy go in and he gets fired, or the chef that doesn't make it on the cooking show, and all, that's all planned out ahead of time. And some of those people, most of those people aren't even chefs. I mean, it's an actor that they hired. And you go for an audition for those just like you go for an audition of anything else. And it's fun because you can ad-lib and you can do what you want to do, but it's not reality.
No.
I mean, reality would be, you know, you walk in to work on, you know, tomorrow to your 8 o'clock meeting and they fire your ass and you go ape shit and start throwing shit, and then you leave and you go home and cry.
Right.
No one wants to watch that.
No.
They want to see the fake reality. So, you know.
It's kind of like, you know, that movie Moonshiners, that TV show Moonshiners. I'm like, how in the hell can you have illegal activity on one segment and then the law enforcement on the other segment trying to catch you, and then it also be on TV? I
But
mean,
wouldn't it be kind of simple just to call the people and say, where'd you film this?
You know,
Now we know where to go get them.
I was actually pretty upset when I found out that it wasn't real.
Moonshiners wasn't?
It wasn't. It was all scripted. The whole thing. I'm going.
Every bit of it is. Every
Yeah,
bit of that.
Except for the first season or so, I was
So
thinking,
they're not
how are
even
these
really
guys
making
doing
moonshine.
this? And I mean, obviously law enforcement seeing them do
Yeah.
all this stuff on film, so they're gonna catch on to what's going on. And then I found out it was all scripted.
So they weren't even making moonshine.
no.
John, I have a full beer here, sir.
Oh, sorry about that.
I was straight in the koozie because I'm anal like that. It has to be
As you guys noticed, we don't have a bartender here tonight. Like I said,
good help is hard to find.
we
We did tip her
had a
up.
long weekend.
So what's the next party weekend coming up?
I don't know. I think it's time to go out to PK though.
Is it Labor Day coming up? Is the next one Labor
You
Day?
know, I really don't even care. I think just this weekend we should go buy a buttload of fireworks, take them to the middle of one of the subdivisions, and just light them off.
Can't do that in city limits.
We're not in the city limits.
I'm in the city limits. We'd have to go back to.
And that's another thing. I mean, I guess if they're
Yes.
bitching and moaning about popping fireworks in an area that there shouldn't be popping them, but that's as simple as calling the police department and say, hey, they're lighting fireworks. I mean,
Yeah, but that wasn't the complaint. The complaint was just about the fireworks in
dogs.
general,
The
and
dogs.
the dogs and this and that.
And the respect for the community, and you shouldn't.
It's disrespectful to appreciate your freedom.
that's one guy.
Yeah,
That
here's
wasn't,
Scott.
that was not the snap one guy. That was an angel because everything I say goes straight to God.
There you go.
There you go. Okay. So yes, I think we have a lake day coming up. We need to have a lake day. I think
Yeah,
we should have a
we do.
podcast while we're out there.
And we will.
It's far.
We will. So we've
You're
got
not
some-
even driving. I told you I would chauffeur you.
It's just far though.
We will pack a cooler. We'll have some snacks and some different, odds and ends. It'd be like your own little green room on wheels.
It's kind of a
I know. That's
Yeah.
a little
Yeah.
tempting. A little tempting.
yeah.
Cooks. I
If
mean,
it was, do you have a trailer you can pull? Because I'm used to being in a trailer.
I can pull that black trailer.
Well, that's not the same. I have to have a bed and I have to have my TV, internet hookup.
Well, that will be when we're there.
It's different.
You have Wi-Fi. You have Apple TV. Anything you want to watch. A fast tri-tune boat.
One of these days.
Fully stocked refrigerator.
One of these days.
And a guy who is a master at the Blackstone.
You're cooking all week.
All week.
I gained 10 pounds looking at pictures.
Well, let me tell you, I cooked 3 meals that were a hit, and I tell you, one almost gone viral. We made Taco Bell crunch wraps on the Blackstone. I took some pictures, some step-by-step pictures, and I posted it on one of the Blackstone groups. It's got 1,000 likes. And
Yeah, I'm on that group too.
a couple hundred shares already, and all it is just a simple crunch wrap. Fried some meat.
But if you did it step by step and showed them how to do it, that's the thing. I go on that same website and look for ideas of things to cook on my Blackstone. And if it's not a very informed, I mean, here's your ingredients, here's the final product. No, I need to know how you do all that in between. So if you come out with the Blackstone video of a recipe and it's step by step and informative,
Well,
then-
I've done that a
then
couple times.
People watch it more.
I've looked for ideas on the Blackstone and I couldn't find. I mean, they show a grill full of ingredients and then, they said what they cooked. Well, okay, what was the temperature? What the oil did you use? What different vegetables did you? They don't show any of that. So I mean, it's like, okay, that's a nice picture. It looks good. We actually showed step by step everything we did. We didn't do a video, but we showed everything but the folds.
Yeah.
And then we had people asking us, how do you fold them?
That was my thing. I have not yet seen a video where they showed how to fold them.
Well, I referred to a TikTok video where the folds came in, so I posted that and that satisfied the lady. So
So we got. I want to talk about some of the things that we've talked about. What citizens of Midlothian can kind of expect over the next little bit with the Seaman City Chatter podcast. But Lobo had an idea and thought, we're going to go out. There's some business owners that in the community.
There's a lot of stuff that's going to be coming up that we've already heard about or it's already in the works or whatever. But, with me, I sit there, I hear about something. I'm like, well, that sounds great. I never hear anything about it again.
well,
So it's like, well, where's our update?
Yeah.
So if we can't get an update out of anybody, we're gonna have to go find the update because look, I don't care whether they want to see it or not. I gotta know.
Yeah,
Well, since we know, we may as well tell everybody we know something they don't know.
exactly.
right, there's this one place. What's the old houses that are being built downtown?
Founders Row.
Founders Row.
Yeah.
There's a new one that popped up a couple months ago. It says Wilson Seafood coming soon.
Right.
And looking at the building, it doesn't look like it's going to be coming soon because I've seen how long it's taken for all the rest of them, like to sit and sip or whatever it's called.
Right.
The bougie wine bar that they're going to bring it in. Oh, we got some wind blowing in, guys.
So it's like what Lobo just said. If they're not going to keep us updated on social media pages, we're going to go to these business owners in these establishments and these restaurants here in town.
There's a
and-
storm coming.
I hear the doors rumbling.
That's what my wife says. There's a tornado coming.
a nighter.
She said, there's a storm coming.
But we're going to go out there and we're going to talk to these guys and we're going to find out.
Yeah, we got to talk.
What they're all
We've
about.
got a list of people we want to talk to, and of course we need to be more nosy and find out what else is happening. But if you think about it, like we've heard about this pizza place down on what's the name of that street? Ninth Street.
Ninth Street.
Ninth Street.
8th Street.
8th Street.
Well, I'm sorry, I'm bad with math. But
Well, I am not sure. I think it's 8th Street.
yeah. But anyway, over by Brandenburger,
Right.
downtown area.
Twisted,
Opposite end.
Twisted Sisters
yeah.
Pizzeria and
Yeah.
Craft House, right?
And it's been
Craft Brew?
what, 6 months we've been hearing about this?
The sign's been up.
Where the hell is it? What's
I
going
think
on?
they're getting close. We
What's the
reached
holdup?
out to them and we told them we'd like to have them on it, and they're receptive to the idea. So we just need to come up with some ideas
Well,
for them.
the
and we'll
idea
get to them.
is we need to know
Yeah.
I'm nosy. You're nosy.
I'm nosy.
You're very nosy.
Yep.
You act nosy just to be with
Yeah,
our
and I
friends.
think we're going to talk
But
to.
I think that if we get these people out here, we'll find out.
Yeah.
You know, well, what the hell you got going on? What are you doing? First off, when is it coming? Why is it coming? You know, what are we going to eat? You know, what kind of beer are we going to have? We don't know anything about this place. How many people can you sit down in there?
And I want to know about the Earth Tones for the food truck park coming in. I want to know about that.
See, and I haven't
So-
heard anything about the food truck part. I heard about the restaurant going in Brew House.
Yeah,
But
that's
I have
the.
not heard anything about a food truck thing there at all.
Yeah, it's
except
part of
from
the, it was in the master plan on.
So is
on-
the-
well, the
and-
master plan
announcement.
changes constantly.
Right, that's what we need to find out.
I read the
is-
15-year plan for Midlothian like 20 years ago, and none of it's happened.
So the other night, HUD and I were, I forget, you guys were doing something. It was just HUD and I, and we took off downtown. It was the night of that storm. The power all went out
Because there was
in
a
the middle
storm
of town. Yeah, there was a storm a coming, and so we take off walking down towards 6th Street or whatever it is, past the Green Lawson Building and whatnot, and we're walking. Well, we're
You
walking.
were walking in a storm.
We're walk. Well, it wasn't storming. By the time we hit the,
Were you guys holding hands?
we were skipping, holding hands and skipping.
Okay.
But I mean,
That's like the.
it was
Skip
after.
my Lou, my Daisy.
It was after 9:30 at night, so I mean, I think it's all fair game then, right?
Yeah, I mean,
so
especially after a couple beers. So
absolutely. And so when we hit so we walked down the side of the Lawson Building. Well, if you walk down the side of the Lawson Building, I guess if that's 8th Street, it'd be 6th Street or
what's wrong?
what?
Never mind. Too bad HUD's not here
What?
because we had so much fun
I know.
with this.
Oh, he would be going.
So let
He would
me.
just be shaking his head. Yeah.
He closes his eyes and shakes his head every time I say something.
I know he does. But to make a short story long, if you go to the end of the Lawson Building, there's a bunch of portraits inside. And one of the pictures is of what Midlothian, the downtown Midlothian area, the master plan is supposed to look like.
Right.
And it has a courthouse there, and
in the middle of everything where we
Yeah.
don't need it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it does.
It's such a dumb spot for that courthouse where they put it. I mean,
The only thing they use that courthouse for is for people coming in to pay the speeding tickets.
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean,
Well, and
come
that's the
on.
problem. Everybody complains about high taxes. So you could have a revenue generating business which would pay taxes there. But instead, the city planners or whatever, in their infinite wisdom, which is always wrong, decided we're just going to tear down the rally house. We're going to put it right there in the middle of downtown and then wonder why downtown doesn't grow. And that's our whole point of growing it, with something that brings in zero tax dollars.
I think it's fine where it's at.
Well-
I actually don't think it's fine where it's at. I think it does need to move because I think that we need that building out of there as well for something else.
Wait, the one on the highway?
No, that's the police station.
Oh,
The City Hall, too.
but that's City Hall as
Yeah, I
well.
I thought City Hall was over downtown, that white building.
no.
No, that right there is where the city manager resides. That's where they
No,
have
that's
council.
City Hall. That's where the council meetings are at.
Okay, but the judge isn't there.
Right there
The
downtown.
courthouse, well, the City Hall is the white building.
Right.
What
Well,
you're referring to.
used to be the old police
The
station.
courthouse is in the church, the old church building that's attached
Right,
to
I'm
right
not saying
there.
it's not going to be the courthouse. It's going to be City Hall. It's
yeah,
not a
yeah.
courthouse.
Okay, yeah. City
We
Hall.
can't. We don't do a courthouse downtown because we're not,
the county seat, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
But if you move that over by that bank, one street over and farther towards 67, you have land over there. If you built there instead, now you could actually expand downtown with developers and different things like that to actually make us a bigger, nicer downtown.
Yes.
And if you think about it, our downtown consists of two streets. One's completely dead, and one needs a complete revamp
Right.
to look decent.
Yes.
You know, we're not going to be one of these places with a beautiful, you know, say Park City, Utah, where they have that beautiful street with businesses all up and down. Everybody goes there to shop and eat and this and that.
Yeah.
And everything. We're not going to be that unless
Lot of room.
downtown grows.
We're working.
We
There's some
have the
people.
room.
There's some people working on
We
that. I
have the
hope
room.
so.
The problem is that's just a stupid place to put City Hall.
Yeah.
I mean, it's stupid. Don't even get me started on the rec center because when that comes around.
Well, you know,
won't
that's
blow
why I
some
want
minds.
to. I want to reach out. We should reach out and see, you know, which one of the 6 city councilmen is brave enough to come sit in this chair right here and
Talk about it.
Dude, I want to have
talk
every,
about
I
it.
want to have every city councilman.
Right? Yeah.
I want to interview every one of them. I want them to get a dose of Lobo saying, "What the hell y'all doing?" We got a couple good city councilmen. We got a couple of guys who ain't doing their job.
Or just explain what I mean. Is there something that we're not seeing or that we're missing?
That's the thing. They
you know?
love to do their meetings, and they love to say, okay, well, here's what we're talking about today. Well, good for you. How about y'all sit down as a group on that same panel and tell us what your fucking plan is? Because all I see is as shit comes up, they handle it. That's not a plan. We need a plan. Our Economic Development Council, or whatever they call it here, it's called EDC everywhere else, but here they call it something different. What are you doing to go out and get infrastructure going through? I mean, go buy a pair of pants in town tomorrow. I dare you.
You can't. I mean,
Exactly.
we have Ross.
No, I
well,
mean,
thanks.
you can't.
Yeah,
I don't.
No, hell no. But I mean, there's so many things missing from this place, and all we keep getting is fast food places and chicken places
I like chicken.
and pizza places.
Yeah.
What's wrong with pizza?
Well, how much pizza do you want to eat?
Well, I mean, it depends on what I'm in the mood for.
Okay,
you know,
Mr. Good Buddy. Some of us want to actually live the rest of our lives.
oh, that's a cold cut to the groin. I mean, dude,
Well, I mean, damn, dude. Okay, so where did we go last Tuesday?
we went to Prime 115.
Prime 115.
In where?
in
Waxahachie.
Waxahachie.
Oh, so we don't have one of those here?
Working on it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
There's
well,
something in
we're
the works.
always working on something in this
Yeah,
town.
yeah.
Can't announce it yet, but
Yeah.
yes,
We had to, and what did we do? We went out and we spent a bunch of money. I know we spent a bunch
Yeah,
of money. You spent
yeah.
a bunch of We
Yeah.
spent enough money that they got some great tax money off of that.
and we got a free dessert by the owner.
Yeah. But if you think about it, we just paid our tax money
Yes, we did.
to them.
Yes.
So guess what? Their property taxes don't have to go up, but ours do because we don't have anything down here offsetting that. All they want to do here, every person that is involved in real estate that is either on or connected to that city council wants to throw houses down your throat until, I mean, they would do tract houses if they had their choice. And what are they doing that can offset that? Because a business pays more tax than a home.
Right.
But they don't make money on business because they're not in that business. What are they in? They're in the home business. So when you got a bunch of real estate people on the city council, which to me is already a conflict of interest.
Do we have real estate people on city council?
Yes, we do.
Who?
We have one who's in real estate. We have one whose whole family is in real estate.
Really?
As a matter of fact, we got that vote coming up about what's going to happen with City Hall.
Yeah.
And there's two people on that dang city council who need to recuse themselves.
Yeah.
And if they don't, I will find out who we need to talk to about it.
All right. Well, let's announce it here on the podcast. Let's hold them accountable.
Well, I mean, that's the whole point. If they do not recuse themselves from that vote, I swear to you, I will find out who the hell we need to talk to because that is wrong.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or
You cannot profit in any way, shape, or form from what the city does. If you own a building down there, or you do business down there, and your business is down there, you are profiting. I don't care what anybody says. So
Okay.
if you're involved in that and you do not recuse yourself, you're gonna have a problem. And I promise you that.
well,
Lobo has spoken.
and yeah, and if not, I'd like to know if we're wrong, explain it to us. I mean,
Well, no, we're not wrong.
Well,
I
I'm just
guarantee
saying
you we're not
if-
wrong.
if-
I mean, you know who my kind of second
Yeah, yeah.
dad is.
I understand.
And he is Mr. Real Estate, and he
Yeah.
knows all about this stuff. But I'm telling you straight up, that is a straight up recusal.
Yeah.
If you own a building downtown and you're going to take a vote on what happens downtown, you need to recuse yourself
Yeah.
because you will or you will benefit from that. You are not allowed to do that. That's a conflict of interest.
All right.
And if your mama is a real estate agent down there and you're on the downtown committee for businesses and all these other things that they're on, you better get to saying, hey man, I can't vote on that one.
which would be just fine.
Yeah, that's all you got to do. You got to recuse. But you can't come out and make a self-serving vote. It does not work that way.
Right.
And there's no way to prove whether it was self-serving or not self-serving. So just get the hell out the
Yeah.
way.
But it's simple recusal. I mean,
I mean, it's pretty basic.
yeah.
That's one that's kind of got me going right now because I'm like, this should already been decided that, hey, y'all ain't doing this.
Right. Yeah. We'll get deeper into that as it gets closer.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't
Yeah.
wait for that one. I cannot wait for the fitness center because I've got so much on that one. You just don't even want to know.
What's wrong with the rec center?
Oh, you don't know about the rec center?
I mean,
swimming
I've heard
pool,
you
right?
talking about it.
Well, so what's happened with the rec centers?
we voted for one.
We voted for a rec center. We got a rec center.
Okay.
So what we're gonna do is
But
we're
wasn't
gonna,
wasn't that bundled with the library?
yes, well of course
Okay.
because you couldn't get it through if you didn't do that.
Yeah.
But here's the deal. It'll be a land swap between a city and a school for some land that's over by the hospital.
Right.
Okay. Land swap action, and city's going to get that. City is going to build on our tax dollars a fitness center. And they're going to turn the fitness center over to the YMCA, which is a 501c3, meaning it is a not-for-profit business that does plenty of profit, by the way, and for them to run it, and for them to pretty much own it, and all they'll do is pay rent. So the way that these normally work when you have a rec center like this, which I ran one in Utah, if you're a city resident, you pay a certain price. If you're an out-of-city resident, you pay a higher price. But everything is there. So all your sports camps are there, all your sports leagues, everything happens there. The city owns it. As a matter of fact, the two schools that we have don't have pools, which is cockamamie with their budgets and all this building we got going on, especially over here at Heritage. You got 3 football fields for a 4A team,
But
or
no
3A
auditorium.
team, but you ain't got an auditorium and you ain't got a swimming pool. Come on, man. So let's get over it already. Let's move on with the football fields. We don't need them. They don't even use them. So, but they didn't have enough money for those. So what they're going to do is they're going to use the YMCA is going to let them use the pool. That was their whole, we're going to let you do this. But what you don't realize is instead of a $10 a month membership for a resident, now if you and your family want to come, it's a minimum of $100. But here's the biggest part, and here's the part that pisses me off more than anything, because see, Parks and Rec does 2 things. They do parks and they do
Right.
wow, a rec center. What would that be? Rec. Okay. What pisses me off is you got this man over here, and I don't know his name, but he's a super nice man that owns this Main Street gym.
John.
Yeah, I could hit a pitching wedge.
He's a nice guy.
I could hit a pitching wedge from him to that gym. You have a brand new nice gym with everything in it. It's
With
not
and they
paying
have the pool.
not paying any taxes. How's he going to compete? He's not. They're going to put him out of business. But here's the big problem. You've got 4 gyms in 5-mile radius of that place that will all be out of business. So we're going to wipe out 4 local businesses
Tax-paying businesses.
so that we can do a dirty deal and put the YMCA in charge of this thing. Not while I'm around. I'm telling you right now. That is unfair competition any way you look at it.
We've got the CrossFit gym too downtown that is moving over by SWFA as
Yeah,
well.
I mean, you've got multiple gyms. You've got,
Yeah.
I mean, it's just
you've got Main
you
Street
are
anytime.
destroying you're destroying how many businesses so you can put something up and a person's not even going to pay tax, and that's not just city tax, that's state tax, that's federal tax, that's every tax. They don't need that. If the YMCA wants to build a YMCA, let them build their own damn YMCA. Not on my tax money, not on your tax
And
money.
there is one in Waxahachie.
Yeah.
For the
and
people
everybody
that
loves
wanna-
to say that. Well, we don't want to hear it, so go down to Waxahachie. Well, go down to Waxahachie for that son of a bitch, and let's put our own rec center here.
Yeah.
That's nicer than the YMCA. Watch how many people from Waxahachie start coming down here, and guess what? They're going to pay more to use a nicer
out of the
gym.
city.
And then, oh my God, we have a revenue source.
That one in Waxahachie is not nice.
No, it's not.
No, that's the whole point. We're going to build a
Yeah.
beautiful one here. And now you're going to have all the Waxahachie people coming in here. You're not even going to get to use your own damn rec center because everybody else is going to come here.
Yeah.
And the whole time we just wiped out 5 businesses. And I have not been to every gym here. I will tell you that is I have 7 gym memberships, but only 1 here local. And it's this man down here. And the reason is after talking to that man is a great man. And I love the way he runs his business. I love his gym. I love being in there shooting shit with him, talking to him, getting my work done and getting out.
It's John and Susie. I don't know their last name.
So when COVID hit, I was a member there, and we couldn't go to the gym anymore. There was an email that went out, and I believe it was I had to do something to stop my auto draft.
I didn't even try.
Hey, I didn't do it, and I called him. I said, "Well, it's still drafting me." I mean, people have different financial situations, obviously, but I made a mistake, and he was like, "Oh, no problem. I'll just take care of it. No big deal." And put it on hold till COVID's over. You're
So
ready
we
to
just
come
had
back.
kind of a separate thing where our credit card changed.
Yeah.
And so it didn't take our dues, and they let us have a free month of dues. Of course, we didn't go use the gym that month anyway, but, here, you go.
Oh, he refunded my money.
Yeah, but see, I owned a gym for 17 years. And COVID would have put me out of business. And this man weathered that storm, and he's still in there. He's doing something. I'm gonna tell you something about this gym. If something breaks, that shit's fixed that day.
Yeah.
His pool breaks, he's already got somebody there fixing it. This guy takes care of his stuff. He takes care of the community, does all this. And the last thing that guy deserves is a kick in the balls because our city decides they want to do a deal with the Y because the Parks and Rec is too lazy to run their own shit.
Right.
You can hire a person for $50,000 a year to be in charge of that thing. This is an actual college degree that people go to college for.
Right.
And the whole city benefits from it. And then, by the way, since the schools want to argue all the time about this and that, how about the schools rent the damn pool? Like they're renting it now.
Yeah.
Don't just give things away free. That's just dumb. I mean,
Well, the city and
this was going to get worse and
Well,
worse.
the-
See, a lot of people don't realize there was a lawsuit about this in 2005 from a group called the International Health and Racket Sports Association. That I was actually a party to this lawsuit, and it's about unfair competition of the YMCA moving into an area where they are 5 miles or within 5 miles of tax-paying businesses.
Right. Yeah.
And guess what? The YMCA didn't win. Okay. So now the city is actually facilitating this. This doesn't just make the YMCA suable now. It also makes our city suable. Well, I don't know what you think your business is worth, but I think mine's worth about $50 million for the rest of my life. So we take that, we take it to 5 different gyms. Now we got a $250 million lawsuit. Guess who's going to pay that? We are, with our taxes.
Yeah.
Because the city has no foresight to see that stuff. And I've already talked to some guys that we know on the city council, and I'm ready to fight it. I'm ready to fight it all the way. I'm ready to fight the city hall, and I'm ready to fight that. If you guys want city hall, which is great, I think it's cockamamie. Not enough goes on there to where we need a big, nice new city hall. But if you think that's going to be the gym to make you the Southern Star or whatever the hell you want to call yourself now instead of the CMAC Capital, great. But don't block off all of our commerce downtown. And if you want a rec center, I'm all over the rec center, okay? I'm a gym guy, you know me. I love the kids being able to play sports. I love having a community pool for people to use. I hope they have foresight to put an outdoor pool as well as an indoor pool so people can have a good time. A lot of people can't afford a pool or don't have a pool. Great. Why isn't the city running this instead of having a non-profit business come in and profit off of it? Because trust me, they don't make profit, but every one of those guys that run stuff make money.
Right.
And what are they doing? They're growing the YMCA, which, by the way, is a Baptist organization, and they're supposed to be a separation church state in the first place.
Yeah.
You know, it's just there's too many things rolling around in this that are just straight wrong.
You know, that's an extreme eye opener. You know.
Well, and of course, you know, I've been trying to hold it under because, as you can tell, I'm a little passionate about
Oh yeah,
it.
but
I
we
mean,
love that.
think about this guy. I mean, and you know him.
Yeah.
I know him.
Yeah.
And he's just what, going to go out of business now because he can't compete? Because look, I'm telling you right now, he does a good job running his gym. He ain't getting rich over there.
No,
He's got an
I go.
income.
That's the only place I go when I go.
He's got an income source. That's what he's got. That's his job. When his job's done, now what? He ain't old enough to
Right.
retire. He ain't got money to retire. That was his, this me.
Yeah.
Now what's he going to do? That's wrong. I don't care what anybody says. It's wrong.
Right.
And he runs a good business, and I know that. I mean, you're a tough critic in that
I'm a tough critic to
industry.
everything, but-
Yeah, in that
Well, I've
extremely
been in
the
this
fitness
business for 38 years.
industry. So he does pretty good. But I mean, as far as and then back to like this whole city hall downtown. I mean, you've got a huge portion of our downtown area now that's just a ghost town, and you know. Regardless of how
should
it all
be an
turns out, it needs
entertainment
to be
district.
an entertainment district.
Should be
Absolutely.
an entertainment district. Now, on a side note, I don't know if anybody heard about my buddy Alfredo. So I got this Hispanic buddy Alfredo, and he started his own church.
Yeah.
Yeah, I started calling him Al Pastor.
Oh, here we go. Dad.
I just-
We weren't going to get this thing over without a dad joke, were we?
I had to tell one.
Yeah, there we
I made
go.
that one up yesterday,
Yeah.
actually, at the gym. I was working around. I don't know why. I guess I was hungry. I started thinking about Pastor tacos.
Yeah, that's
And
great.
Hey, where do I've always wondered where do fruits go on vacation?
Where?
Paris.
that one didn't even make sense.
Yeah.
I did like yours today. What do you call a hippie's wife? Mississippi.
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 Pretty dang good.
Mississippi.
And I'm sorry I went on my rant, but trust me, I'm going to rant a lot more. And I want
Well,
some people.
and
to hear.
I mean, I would imagine there's probably plenty of people that are watching this that have the same.
Well, a lot of people don't know what's going on. They're just excited we're getting a rec center. They don't understand the consequences.
Right.
If you're going to sit here and bitch about your property taxes, let's bitch for the right reason. The right reason is you're paying high property taxes because we've got guys that are home developers developing homes instead of businesses, and businesses pay higher taxes.
Right.
Okay. If you're bitching about your taxes, you're bitching about taxes because they're about to screw up your downtown by putting the city hall in the wrong spot, and they're about to piss off your taxes to give it to the YMCA instead of making some of that money back ourselves and putting it back into the community that you can use at a lower cost than going to the
Right.
YMCA. You want to bitch about your taxes? That's what you bitch about. Because you can't stop the guys from building houses. They're the big bad guys building houses. But you can stop what they're doing with your tax money that you are giving them. And none of this is explained to you when they vote. We went and voted. It was like, wow, you know what? We love the police. We want them to have a new police station because holy cow, that would be fantastic. Probably not needed, but okay, fine. If you want it, that's cool. Library, everybody wants a library. Personally, I don't read books. I got internet, I read the internet. If I want a book, I read it on the internet.
Right.
I don't understand the point of a library, but you gotta remember, I'm old. We did the Dewey Decimal System and stuff. I don't even know how to use a microfiche. I wasn't even smart enough to figure
I
out.
don't even know the microfiche. Oh,
Well, shut up.
Yeah.
Damn it.
I'd
It's the
rather
film.
I'd rather watch the movie version.
But
Yeah.
the fact of the matter is, okay, so yeah, that's good. What they did was they slid that in with something else so they could get the things they want to get done, and they didn't tell you the whole story that was behind this. The YMCA deal is a bad deal done in bad faith, in my opinion, in a backdoor fashion. Under the cover of darkness that people did not know, or people would most likely not have voted it. Because let me tell you something, even if it's a nonprofit organization, they have funds and they can build their own places. It is not up to us to build them a business. Are they going to build you a new shop, Johnny?
sounds like a bait and switch to me.
Are they going to pay for your skateboard shop?
No.
Are they going to buy me another gym? No, they're not doing that for anybody. Is they going to buy Bob over here an auto shop to work on? No. It's just for the YMCA. Oh my God.
Well, I think we need to shout out to some local officials and see if they have comment. Maybe they'll come on and
Well,
explain it
because
to us.
it wasn't-
Maybe there's something we don't know and they can fill us in.
Well, I can tell you right now, it's going to take a lot for them to fill me in for me not to have my stance. Because I'm going to tell you right now, I have a firm grasp on what's going on, and it is wrong.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Lobo Show. And
Absolutely. No, I mean, I love
So,
it.
you know, I
It's
kinda-
good.
I
It's good
kinda-
content.
I kind of want to switch gears a little bit in our last couple minutes here. So local media, local social media this week has been on fire.
Yeah.
And the hottest topic that I've seen so far is chili with beans or no beans.
Oh, no beans.
No beans?
No
Really?
beans.
What is everybody's problem with beans? Beans and chili go together like peanut butter and
Well,
jelly.
okay, well, hang on a minute.
How are
Okay.
you? Is it a topping or is it
That's the
a
thing.
meal?
Yeah, are we eating it as a bowl of beans and chili, or are we eating it on a hot dog? Because
Well, yeah, and I did make that comment. I mean, it really depends on what context you put it in. Okay, are we putting the chili on a hot dog, or are we putting it in a bowl, or are we putting it on a side of spaghetti like Cincinnati chili?
You have to be a little more
Chili
descriptive.
never belongs on spaghetti.
Oh, dude, the Cincinnati style chili with the cinnamon and on noodles.
I love Italian food.
Well, you've never had it, so until you've had it, then reserve your comment.
My brother used
I
to-
would never eat that. That
It's
sounds
good.
like vomit in a bag.
Dude, my brother made he called it gravy that goes on his spaghetti noodles.
Dude, the closest I get to that is my bolognese.
And he
I'm
makes
a bolognese guy.
My brother spent 12
And I
hours.
hear your
one day
wife
making
makes the
this.
best bolognese in town.
Dude, you've eaten my wife's cookies. She makes the best of everything. That's
She's
why I'm
damn
fat.
good.
Gosh,
That's why I'm
she's so
fat.
awesome.
Well, I don't know. She made this dish yesterday, and it had squash all in it, and I hate squash. And I
Okay.
ate- I ate literally 3 bowls of it, and my wife said, "You're eating
So,
squash."
I walked up to Raquel last night and I said, listen, I said, your squash casserole, the only way I can describe it is that Thanksgiving and 4th of July had sex and made a love child.
That's it. That's it.
It was amazing.
Dude, I get that because it's a Tuesday.
Oh my God, it's so good.
Okay, Karen was eating
I mean,
the hell out of
she
it.
makes Brussels sprouts, so you're like,
I won't
oh.
eat that though. I guarantee. You.
And then
Oh, I guarantee you
and then
would.
we
You
had
will.
another friend of ours who's on a keto diet, and my wife made macaroni and cheese, and
Shit,
that's all he was
I
talking
love
about.
mac and cheese.
It was like he was hiding under the counter. Every time his wife come in, he would duck down, and then when she'd leave, she'd pop back up and stick that spoon in the container
Yeah.
again and start eating some more. It was awesome.
I'll have to ask you who that was when we get off the air.
Yeah,
But
he
to-
claims that you're not friends.
Huh?
So
Yeah, I know who it is.
yeah.
But to
you guys
the-
are not
I may or may not have breakfast with him on Friday.
right. Friends don't have breakfast.
When none of
right?
us are his friends.
Exactly.
He's the most lonely guy ever because he doesn't like anybody.
Anything else you guys seen on social media that kind of sticks out to you?
You know, I mean, there's a lot of things that I think are comical and irritating, but nothing that's going to deserve any of my time.
Dude, my big one.
No.
Your
My
big
big
one?
one was the fireworks,
Yeah.
and honestly the pole, because I really wanted us to all go over there with cowboy hats on and ride the telephone pole. That sounds hard. We're gonna go over and ride the pole.
It was planned.
It was, and I went out to
Some
do the
kind of a photo
reconnaissance
shoot
mission to
with
find out where it's at, and I found out it was taken down. What they did is they took all the different suggestions from social media and they contacted Encore, and it was removed immediately. So that fun was kind of busted right there.
Yeah.
Fun busters.
Well, you know, I think maybe that needs to be our new thing. Is every time the big thing happens, that we go out and take a photo shoot with it and try to make it comical. Because, you know, I'm sure that when Captain America went by in his truck on his way to the parade this weekend, that just the power of him is what blew that over.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
But maybe a picture of like, you know, you underneath it, trying to hold it up.
You're right.
Like kind of cool.
You know, speaking of Captain America, aka Chris Douglas, he did go to Waxahachie and get his auto tint done, right?
I don't know if he's
Or is
done it
it
yet.
scheduled?
It's scheduled. It's scheduled. So he's going on a vacation, I think, here pretty soon, and he's going to drop his truck off. But you know what? They ended up coming through even more. Once he made the phone call to set the appointment up, they're doing everything. Originally I understood it was just for the driver and passenger window and then the windshield, but no, they're doing the entire truck. Yeah.
God, I hope they do a legal tint and he gets stopped and gets a ticket. That would be so epic.
Our friends at Cement City Customs are
Just joking, Chris.
they are in the process of getting all his lights ordered, and
That'll be cool.
we got some good leads on it. It's gonna be kind of
Yeah, we'll post pictures once all that's done. You know, we'll get it in here in the.
Can we rewrap his truck while he's gone, like to Barbie?
I ain't ever
Do
gonna know.
pink lights?
No.
Now that would be the ultimate prank.
It would be hilarious. Like,
Maybe we can find a donor truck.
It would be
Exactly. Yeah, like a donor truck. I wonder if he's got a sense of humor.
Well, I just changed
He
it.
totally does.
Hey,
I
just
know he
change
does.
it to the Hulk.
yeah.
The same thing, right?
When we did that interview with him, I was leaving my house and I yelled up the stairs to the kids. I was like, "Do you guys got Hulk hands?" I was literally gonna bring some Hulk hands or something, but my kids don't have them anymore.
That was awesome.
So he was a good dude. I saw his pictures of him getting ready for that parade and his wife
Yeah.
and all that getting ready and stuff. That's good.
Yeah, like he said, it was a family affair for
Yeah,
them.
dude,
so-
it was good.
Yeah, he was what do they call it?
What's that?
He was the chief of the parade.
Master of ceremonies.
Master of ceremonies,
MC. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, he was a great guest. He's a good dude. Like,
I was an
when we
MC
hung out
last
with him
night.
afterwards and stuff. He's solid, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, he's
Totally.
a solid dude. He's not what you would expect.
I mean, he had this knife that in his pocket that I really liked, and he insisted that I take it. I felt so bad. I did not want to take this knife, but I mean, you can tell when he gets in your face, he says, "Take the knife."
Yeah.
I mean, you gonna say no?
No.
I mean, it's Captain America here. So
See,
yeah,
and he gave it
so,
to you nicely. If I give you one, it's generally a sharp end first. But
Yeah, well,
Right.
it has become my prized possession, and I can tell you what, that speaks volumes to me for the man's character. He's one of those individuals that will give and give and give, and he wants nothing in return, and I have nothing but respect for
Yeah, he
him.
really does.
Right.
I don't.
So, on that note, we're going to end this podcast here. I would like to reach out to everybody and ask for prayers for Richard Pena. He is still in the hospital. They're trying to wake him up. But the reason why they haven't woke him up is for his own safety. He has anxiety.
Yeah.
And they've tried to wake him up gently, and he started pulling and tugging on the tubes and everything he has in him. So, for his own safety, they are keeping him sedated. And this is, just in case something happens, they have to totally gown up. I mean, this is a big ordeal.
Yeah.
In order
They're
to go into this
full-blown.
oxygen chamber that he's
Yeah.
in. So you just can't walk in right out from the nurse's station and go in there. They have to completely get geared up with respiratory masks and a full gown and all this.
And that's what Jen was saying because of the
Yeah.
ECMO machine, the way it's connected,
Yeah.
to him, and then the trach. He wakes up, freaks out, starts pulling that stuff out. It would take, I mean,
Yes. So
Take too long to get in there and
there is a private Facebook group called Praying for Pena.
right.
And there's a lot of good information. There are shirts available.
200 shirts and actually they
Yes.
extended it.
Yes.
To hit the 250 mark.
Yeah, so go on to Cement City Chatter,
Yeah.
and I have posted a link for Rally House, so you can purchase one of these shirts. 100% of the proceeds is going straight to the Pena family because they're having to deal with a lot of financial hardships. I mean, that's an income out of the house, it's hospital bills. I mean, I tell you what, Jennifer is dealing with a lot, and our thoughts and prayers go
Yeah.
out for her as well because she is a rock.
She is.
And she's doing everything she can to stay composed and to keep her family functioning, to keep the income coming in. And it's really hard for her to go home at night because, Richard's not there.
Right.
And, you go to a house and she goes into her backyard, the backyard that he built for her, and out of love.
Yeah.
And she sits there and she just sees it without him. And it's heartbreaking.
Yeah, and then they've got the daughter together,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
she's got a couple other sons.
Yeah, and
one of them's there.
One of her sons is a friend of my stepson, so it's hit home. And Richard's a great guy. I went to school with him, so
Yeah.
our thoughts and prayers go out with Richard, and we hope that everyone listening today can do the same. And there's power in prayer. So
Be sure to share this podcast, like it, subscribe,
hit that subscribe button.
give us a bunch of likes or.
We really
hearts.
appreciate it.
I know. Give me the dislike. Everybody gives me.
Well, we do this because we love our community, and we have some fun, poking fun at things, but in all reality, we do this because we love Midlothian. We love the people here in Midlothian. We love poking fun at some people, but we like getting poked at too. People poke fun of us as well.
And that's the whole thing. If you've got a comment about something that we've said during this podcast, that's what the comment section's for.
You hit it. We're good at
Something that I
taking it.
said or something that Lobo said, especially when it comes to this, the rec center and whatnot. I mean, if you agree with him, let us know. I mean, because it sounds like you're going to be building an army of people with like mind.
That's right. Wrong's wrong.
Yeah,
End of
so.
story.
So
Anyways.
everybody, we're out.
Good night,
and,
Midlothian.
peace.
Love you.